Namacharya Hridashtakti, James Kaho, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Radha, Shivasati, Gauravantu, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Prabhu Gopinath, Shyam Radha Krishna Naman Dham Ki, Mai Prabhu Dham Ki, Purushottam Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Gangamai Ki, Manamai Ki, Prince Maharaj Ki, Shri Prabhupada Master ज्ञान की श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी जी श्री श्री सीताराम सम्मान की श्री श्री गौर निताई की श्री प्रभुपाद की नंदुपति वैष्णव की all glories to all glories to all glories to all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 बोलो बोल के रखो अब आए 1850. You are coming from home or what? Traffic था ना? एक घंटा के ऊपर लगा। मैं भी अभी पहुँचा। इधर ही फंसे। इधला से लेकर बहुत ज़्यादा। मैं संजना को छोड़ने गया था। मिला पेज नंबर 735 सिद्धि प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा सिद्धि प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा सिद्धि प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Swami Sri Prabhupada. O son of Kunti, learn from me how one who has achieved this perfection can attain to the supreme perfection stage, Brahman, the stage of highest knowledge, by acting in the way I shall now summarize. The Lord describes to Arjuna how one can achieve the highest perfection stage simply by being engaged in an occupational duty, performing that duty for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One attains the supreme stage of Brahman simply by renouncing the result of his work for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That is the process of self-realization. The actual perfection of knowledge is in attaining pure Krishna consciousness. That is described in the following verses. Vidya Vishuddhaya Yukto Vidyatmanindriyanyacha Shabdadi Vishayams Tyaktva Ragadvesho Vyadasya Cha Viviktade Selilakvashi Yatatvaktaya Manasaha Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam Vairagyam Sampashita Ankaram Balam Dattvam Kamam Krodam Parigraham Vimuchyate Namaha Shanto Brahmabhuyaya Kalpate. Being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred, one who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind and power of speech, who is always in trance and who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. When one is purified by intelligence, he keeps himself in the mode of goodness. Thus, one becomes the controller of the mind and is always in trance. He is not attached to the objects of sense gratification and is free from attachment and hatred in his activities. Such a detached person naturally prefers to live in a secluded place. He does not eat more than what he requires and he controls the activities of body and mind. He has no false ego because he does not accept the body as himself, nor has he desired to make the body fat and strong by accepting so many material things. Because he has no bodily concept of life, he is not falsely proud. He is satisfied with everything that is offered to him by the grace of the Lord and he is never angry in the absence of sense gratification. Nor does he endeavor to acquire sense objects. Thus, when he is completely free from false ego, he becomes non-attached to all material things. And that is the stage of self-realization of Brahman. That stage is called Brahman Bhuta stage. When one is free from material conception of life, he becomes peaceful and cannot be agitated. This is described in Bhagavad Gita. Apuryamanam achalam pratishtam samudramabha pravishanti yadvar tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti nakamakami. The person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swahamam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamaya Bhavani Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Gitaparam Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagratam Sagrana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Radha Savananda Shri Vishakhampudasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Nirmando Jagatpate Gope Chaupika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapatavachana Gaurami Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishnamandusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Manchakalpatarubhyasya Vipa Sindhu Gaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
So, the next verse Krishna is going to describe what is actually Brahmabhuta stage. So, in these three verses, actually Krishna is explaining how to reach the Brahmabhuta stage. So, why we should reach Brahmabhuta stage? Yeah. All of you know the pastime of Shakatashura Bhanjan. You heard? Shakatashura Bhanjan? Anybody remembers? Yeah. When did I describe this? When did I do it? When did I describe this pastime? Huh? Shubhangi Mataji ka ghar pe you didn't come, right? So the basic pastime is that when Krishna attained around maybe it's below 100 days when Krishna is born, below 100 days, and then Krishna convert Balra. Right? That's it. So there is a lot of very beautiful one Acharya gave a Tattva Jnana, right? We have to, if you understand Tattva behind Krishna's pastimes, then you experience bliss in the mind. When you hear Krishna's pastimes without understanding the Tattva, you experience happiness in the ears. The senses will become joyful when you just hear. But when you understand the Tattva, right, then you will experience bliss in the mind. That is why Maharaj Kurushekara says, Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pada Sevanam Sada Madami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam-avyayam. He is saying, Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam. I always offer my respect obeisances to the lotus feet of Krishna. And then, Karomi Narayana Pada Pujanam Sada. I will always render service to the lotus feet of Krishna. Then, Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam. I will always chant the holy names of Krishna. Then, Smarami Narayana Tattvam-avyayam. I always remember Tattva of Krishna Krishna Tattva, Krishna's pastimes. Right? That's why always nowadays I insist. You try to understand Tattva behind Krishna's pastimes. Krishna is a supreme personality of God. He came as a covered boy and then playing like an ordinary child. But recently I was reading one book written by Telugu. Telugu, unfortunately, you cannot read. It's a very beautiful book, actually. I never heard such a wonderful explanation of Krishna's pastimes in my last 30 years. So wonderful. I will say, मेरा शरीर तो पुलकित हो जाता है when I hear his. He gave lectures also, then he wrote book. Same thing, he wrote book also. It's in Telugu. So, very beautiful explanations he gave, all Krishna's pastimes. I am planning to actually compile in English on Krishna's childhood pastimes. I don't know where it will go. I am a very lazy person. Not lazy, self-satisfied. ज़्यादा passion आई नहीं. Otherwise, people will be very happy if I can do it in English. Anyway, I will explain this pastime. So, a very beautiful tattva is behind this pastime. So, first thing is in the spiritual world, there are no childhood pastimes. So, Lord thought, when I appeared as Narsingadev, I could not have childhood pastime because my father and mother is a pillar. When I appeared as Ramchandra, even though I had mother and father, right from I was always serious about that. ज़्यादा हंसी मजाक ज़्यादा नहीं था. Naughty. Now Ramchandra is not naughty. Right? And the children are very studious and all that. They will say the bookworm hai. You know, some children are studying. They are very studious. Everybody gives them a name. What is it? Bookworm hai. Bookworm. They used to call me bookworm. All the time studying. Anyway, so Krishna wanted to exhibit. When children are very naughty and active, you know, the parents they like. So Krishna wanted like that. So Krishna came and then there is a festival. All the people have come visiting. So Mother Yashoda fed Krishna milk. And then she had to receive all the guests and all. So there was actually this pastime they have performed on the bank of Yamuna river because they took everybody to the bank of river. And that is why all the pots and all they were there, big pots and all. And then the cart was there. So under the cart, Mother Yashoda, put him to sleep. In that, meanwhile, Kamsa sent one demon, Shakatasur, and he entered that the cart. Then Krishna got up. Mother Yashoda is very busy. So Krishna thought, I had come down to perform pastime and spend time with my mother and all. And then she is very busy. She is not even listening to my crying. He was crying. Right? So he kicked with his lotus feet. Small, 100 days old, very soft petal, like they are soft like petals of lotus petals. Very beautiful. And he just kicked. Then there is that cart, broke and fell off, and so much noise was there. क्या हो गया रोड के So the children who saw, they said Krishna only kicked. So remember, hear this very carefully. All the elders, they thought, ये बालवाक है. This is child's word. Child's words. So, according to Upanishads, Bala means Jnani. You know what is the nature of Bala? What is the nature of Bala? Who is the Bala? Who is the child? Yeah, there is no kapat. And then anything? Innocent. What is the main quality of a Bala? He cannot protect himself. Right? He cannot protect. So, if you want Krishna, you have to become Bala. If you think you can protect yourself, then you will not get Krishna. Right? What is the meaning of Balkanda? Anybody remembers? Why it is called Balkanda in Ramayana? Because Ramchandra never performed any childhood pastimes. Why it is called Balkanda? Because Vishwamitra Muni, he was actually doing tapasya 60,000 years. He was so much, right? And Ramchandra, when he saw Ramchandra, he became a Bala. So the process of surrender of Vishwamitra Muni, the process of then how he became Bala, that is Balkanda. Vishwamitra Muni became a Bala. Means completely dependent. So another, according to Upanishad, Bala means Jnani. So we don't listen to Balavak. Means we don't listen to Jnanis, Prabhupada. Right? We don't listen. Like that, this people also, they didn't listen. Right? So this personality, he gave a very nice explanation. Shakata means Shakata. Sha means Sukham. Kata means obstacle. Shakata. This body is also called Shakata. Right? This body is called Shakata, right? It's compared to the vehicle, Shakata. So this body, Atma, like Mataji was telling, we need peace and happiness. Right? But what is the obstacle for Sukham? Body. So how the body was broken, how the Shakata was broken in that past time? By thinking of Krishna's lotus feet. How this body will be broken?
Surrender to the lotus feet.
Huh?
Surrendering lotus feet.
How this body will be broken? Krishna, you bring Krishna's lotus feet in your heart. Right? If you keep on remembering, meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna, then this body will break. Otherwise, this entanglement of karma is so strong. So strong, we keep on getting bodies, we keep on getting bodies. As we keep on getting bodies, some misery or the other, all the time. All the time, some misery or the other. So what is the remedy? Huh?
Bring Krishna into your life.
Huh?
Give Krishna lotus feet in your life.
Sarasi janayani shashanka chakre murabhidima nirabasva chittara sukataram param najadu jani haricharana smarnamrite. So Maharaj Kurukshetra is praying that, my dear Lord, let me meditate on your lotus feet all the time. Sarasi janayane shashanka chakre murabhidima nirabasva chittarantu. Then he is saying, Sukataram aparam najatu jane. Sukataram. The happiness one gets by meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. He is saying, I cannot compare. I don't know how much happiness I am getting. I cannot compare. Sukataram aparam najatu jane. Haricharana Smaranamritena Tulyam. I don't know with what I have to compare. So much happiness I am getting. Right? So, the best process, Prabhupada writes in 3rd Bhagavad that the miracle of meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna, right? I cannot describe, Prabhupada is saying. The result of it is a miracle. Like that, Prabhupada is writing in 3rd Bhagavad. Right? We don't think about Krishna's lotus feet. Right? All the time we are busy in our mundane activities. We hardly think about Krishna's lotus feet. Isn't that? So there is something in that. That is why Maharaj Kurukshetra, in the beginning, so many verses he kept on saying, like the Mukunda Murna Pranipatya Yachi Bhavantam Yantam Ekantamantam Avismritispat Charanar Vindayor Bhave Bhave Mestu Bhavaprasada. Avismriti. My dear Lord, if at all you want to give me any benediction, give me one benediction. What is that? Let me not forget your lotus feet. Avismriti. Without any interruption, let me think about your lotus feet. Right? अरे हम 5 मिनट तो करें, 5-10 minutes. Or by chanting, instead of thinking about wife and children, or husband and wife, husband and children, or business and mundane things. Right? While chanting, like if you see many people, they are all chanting japa, they are thinking japa, they are thinking about something. Right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Right? If you are thinking anyway, think about Krishna's lotus feet. Right? Disrupt those thoughts of mundane thoughts and then think of Krishna's lotus feet. Right? Prabhupada Shraddhaya Shinvataya Cha Bhaktya Samrujyamane Hridaya Viveki Jnanena Vairagya Balena Dhira. In that verse Prabhupada is writing. This is a verse from 33.5.42. Yash Shraddhaya Shuddhavatya Cha Bhaktya Samrujyamane Hridayavadhaya Jnanena Vairagya Balena Dhira Rajena Tatte Angri Saroja Peetam. Simply by hearing about your lotus feet with eagerness and devotion and by meditating upon them within the heart, one at once becomes enlightened with knowledge, and on the strength of detachment one becomes pacified. We must therefore take shelter of the sanctuary of your lotus feet. The first sentence only. The miracles of meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna with eagerness and devotion are so great that no other process can compare to it. The minds of materialistic persons are so disturbed that it is almost impossible for them to search after the Supreme Lord by personal meditative endeavors. But even such materialistic men, with a little eagerness for hearing about the transcendental name, fame, qualities, etc., can surpass all other methods of maintaining knowledge and detachment. Anyway, so this is right, very nicely explained. Have you heard this before? Very beautiful pastime and beautiful. If you want this body to fall, just like that Shakatasura's, that cart broke and then the demon was killed. For that, just a small touch of Krishna's lotus feet was enough. In the same way, if you keep Krishna's lotus feet in our heart, then this body also right? So, this verse, there are so many things. Why I brought up this pastime is Krishna is saying Jnana Yogam Paranityam. Right? So the most important element in Krishna consciousness, that is why, is intelligence. Is intelligence. Whatever we may lose our wealth, we may lose our health, we may lose our family members, but one thing we should never lose. What is that? That is why Krishna is taking the word first. Vidya Vishuddhaya. You have to purify your intelligence. Right? That is why last Sunday I was quoting this verse. That Andasya me krit viveka Mahadanasya. Chauribihi Prabhu Balibihi Indriya Namadeyasya. Mohanda Kupamohara Vinipapitasya Devesha Dehi Krupanasya Karavalambam. Maharaj Kulishekara is praying that, my dear Lord, because of my ignorance, I have lost my intelligence, which is Mahadana. A great wealth. What is my greatest wealth? That is the intelligence. Then these indriyas, they are actually very, very great thieves. They are very great and very strong. Valibihi. They are very strong enemies. These indriyas. And these indriyas only, because of ignorance and these indriyas, they steal our intelligence. My dear Krishna, because of being stolen, because of my intelligence is stolen, and these indriyas are looting actually my intelligence. Then that is why I fell into this big abyss, this of material existence, suffering. And then I fell into this ocean of material existence. Devesha Dehi Rupanasya. That is where those who have lost intelligence and those who are indulging in sense enjoyment, they are called Rupana. My dear Lord, please give your hand, extend your hand to this Rupana and take me out of this abyss, this blind well of material existence. He is praying. So we should pray, keep on praying, pray to the Lord that give me intelligence. What is intelligence? To understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? I am his part and parcel. Then I don't own anything in this world. Everything belongs to Krishna. Myself, my intelligence, my mind, my prana, everything belongs to Krishna. They should be beautifully engaged in Krishna's service. When you are fixed in that, then you are very intelligent. Vidya Vishuddha, that is a Vishuddhi Bhukti. Right? Nrutyatmanam niyamyacha Shabdadi Vishayam Stekvam Ragadvesha Yudasyacha. What is, Krishna has many wonderful qualities. One very interesting, always remember these two words. Divya Mangala Murti. Then Asesha Kalyana Gunam. Bolo. Divya Mangala Murti. Yeah. Then Asesha Kalyana Gunam. Okay. So always remember these two words in connection with Krishna. Krishna has Gunam. So Krishna's body is transcendental. So this deity form that we see, right? The form of Krishna that we imagine in our heart, in my mind, they are all Divya Mangalamurti. Right? So Prabhupada writes in the first 10th chapter, second chapter, second chapter, that the purpose of Krishna appearing in this world is to because very rarely Krishna comes, so people forget, and then they come to their own conclusions that God is dead, God has become old man, he is one of us. When he comes, he accepts body made of sattva-guna, all these impersonalists, Mayavadis, they say like when he comes down, he accepts body made of supplement. Right? So, but Brahma says, there is one very beautiful verse. Sattvam nache datar idam nijam bhavet. Vijnanam ajnana vidhavimarjanam. This is Vijnana. What is Vijnana? Krishna's body is transcendental. That is called Vijnana. That Vijnana will destroy Ajnana. And Vijnana, Ajnana, Vidhavimarjanam. Right? Sattvam nache datar idam sattvam. Idam sattvam means transcendental. Transcendental. Vishuddha sattva. It is called Vishuddha sattva. So when Krishna comes, he accepts Vishuddha sattva. And the deity also Vishuddha sattva only. Even though he looks like a stone or a wood or mitti and all, but he is actually Vishuddha sattva. So Vishnacharya Thakur says, one who understands this, he will get Krishna prema. Right? And number 2, Asesha Gunas. Gunatmanaste Gunan Vibhad Hitavatarnasya Vaishriyasya Kalerayasya Gunan Vibhad Bhupakshya Kemika Vyubhashaya. Brahmaji is praying, my dear Lord, a time will come when physics scientists will count all the atoms. All the atoms. They may count all the snow particles. They may count all the light particles. But they will not be able to count your qualities. Asesha Guna. Gunatmanaste Gunan Vibhad. Hitavatarnasya Koishriyasya Kaleriyaiva Vimata Sukalkaya Bhupamshva Ke Mihika Vyubhashya. Vishnacharya Thakur says, Anantasesh has done this already. He counted all the atomic particles. He counted already snow particles. He already counted light particles. But he was unable to count. So one of the qualities of Krishna is equilibrium. Equilibrium means one who has detachment and free from envy is called equilibrium. Like that, there are many qualities of Krishna. We should remember, right? When we understand that Vitaraga Janma Karma Chame Divyam Devam Yogeti Tatvataha Tyakva Devam Punarjanma Naitmami Tisarjuna. When Vitaraga Bhayakroda Manmaya Mam Upashita. Right? Bahavo Jnana Tapasa Bhutamat Bhavamarina. Right? One who understands that Krishna's Janma and Karma are transcendental. And when they do Jnana Tapasa, what is Jnana Tapasa? एक ही है हमारा क्लास में ब्राइट स्पॉट ज्ञान तपस्या Jnanatapasa, the Prabhupada says, you do research. Krishna's qualities, Krishna's forms, Krishna's pastimes. Right? And then come to conclusion that Krishna's body and Krishna's activities are birth and are transcendental. That is called Jnanatapasa. Right? So when you become, Ramanuja says that when you come to this conclusion by doing Jnanatapasa, Krishna is saying, Mad bhava magataha. You will become, you will attain my bhava, my nature. Bhava means nature. So what is Krishna's nature? Prita raga bhaya krodha. You will become free. Prita means free. Raga means attachment. Bhaya means fear. And krodha means anger. So you will become like Krishna. So here it is raga dvesha vidasya. Right? So in order to become free from raga and dvesha, what you have to do? Jnanatapasa. What is your Jnanatapasa? To understand? That is why I use these two words. Divya Mangala Murti. Asesha. Kalyan Gunaha means plural, right? Unlimited. They are not ordinary qualities, they are auspicious. Kalyana. Kalyana means one who gives auspiciousness to us. Krishna is always auspicious. If you remember his qualities, right? One quality of Krishna is he is famous. What is the definition of famous? Right? All this Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, they are all famous, right? But they are not. That is not real fame. One who is having spotlessly pure character is famous. These guys, there are such wretched people, most degraded people in the world, right? So they are praised by all nonsense people. Otherwise, nice, real devotees and all, they will not praise such people. Right? So real, what is the famous? Famous means one who is spotlessly pure in character. Just like Prabhupada gave this example. Just like when there is moonshine, everybody feels very cool, very happy, joyful. Right? Like that. When people become devotees of Krishna, then when somebody becomes a devotee and exhibits pure qualities, pure character, and people become very happy associating with him. And then Prabhupada writes very nicely, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, that when Narada Muni is very loudly chanting the glories of Krishna, and his name, fame, and paraphernalia. When Lord Shiva heard, he became so ecstatic, he started dancing, and then he is actually Nilakanteshwar. Krishna's fame is so wonderful that his kanta became white, just like moonshine. Then Parvati Devi, she threw him out of the Kailash. She thought that he is some intruder, imposter. Then he was crying, I am Lord Shiva. When Balaramji heard the wonderful Narada Muni singing the glories of Krishna, he became so ecstatic that his being a blue dhoti became white. And then Narada Muni, when he started still glorifying Krishna's wonderful pastimes. When the gopis they went to Yamuna, Yamuna is black in color. It became white. Then they all the gopis they thought it's some dahi. Then they started churning. Like that. So these two words. So this is the pastime. Anyway, one thing very nice point he made that why Krishna killed later on. I will maybe there is no time. Trinavrata also there is a nice pastime is there. So this Trinavrata also. So when there are so many demons they came. And so if you see Rajavasis, they never asked for Krishna, save us from Putana, save us from Sakatashi, save us from Trinavrata, save us. Because, so one point, Krishna simply saved, but what they did was simply they loved Krishna. Okay? They loved Krishna. Today afternoon I was reading Bhakti Samsiddhi. Prabhupada says that one of these qualities only I was reading. So Prabhupada says that Krishna is not worried what service you are doing. Because Krishna is unlimited. You cannot do not much service. But he sees with what attitude, whether you are doing that service with loving attitude, that is very important. Whether you are doing service with loving attitude. So that is very important. Right from the beginning of Krishna consciousness, we should develop love for Krishna. Krishna do all these things forcibly. Okay. Anyway, next week I will explain more. So this is the qualities that Krishna I explained. I am connecting how to attain these qualities by remembering Krishna's pastimes. Right? So these two words, what are they? Divya Mangal Mukti, Asesha Kalyan. Today, take home lesson. Remember these two words. Always, when you come to the temple, always remember Divya Mangal Mukti. Right? Krishna is not a stone. He is a
He's got a stone in the
Yeah. अरे कल प्रोग्राम है, आ रहे हैं आप लोग?